Hello, welcome. It's HardLore time. How you doing, Bo?
So good. Screaming. You were screaming.
Good. That's what I need. So, we're here live for a very special episode at FYA Fest in Tampa, Florida. Very special guest today. Sunny Tampa, Florida. We've got with us Josiah and Kaleb from Criminal Instinct. Highly anticipated. Welcome.
What's up, dog?
How you doing?
What's up, y'all? Doing incredible.
Great set.
You think so?
Did you have a good time?
I had a blast, man.
Yeah, we smoked it. It was great.
It looked awesome. Sounded good.
It's hard to sound good in there.
That room is not easy, and you guys sounded good.
You made it work.
Yeah, apparently Gion's amp exploded.
It did.
Heard it. Still sounded good, though.
But it brought that kind of southern twang that you got with a little drawl to the guitar that you're looking for, you know?
Happy accident.
Exactly. Let's go back in time a little bit.
Let's go.
Because we talk about all the time, we have an expression on the show. The best moshers make the best bands. And both Joby and Kaleb, pre-CI, were guys that were in the pit at all times. For every band coming through, every band around. You guys toured with Foundation, whatnot. You were Busy Boy. But this is this your first real band, Josiah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We were in bands together before this, like a punk band from Atlanta called the Holy Crows.
Sick.
So needless to say, that wasn't...
Stand for sack.
Yeah. Needless to say, that didn't, records weren't flying off the fucking shelves for that. But,
Over 600 sold in Sheboygan.
It's in double-digit listens.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the first band I was ever in.
After years of like you, our buddy Brody King, there's a fucking Carl the Mosher, go way back. There's guys who are just around who everybody just kind of knows from being a local piece of lore, who eventually start their band and it takes off and people react to it. The CI demo was like it was like a paradigm shift. It felt like to me. You're still playing some of those tracks.
Yeah, from what to what?
This like the kind of the post, like TUI was they never wound down.
Yeah,
realistically in the people's eyes, but the CI demo was it felt like as a piece by piece kid, it felt like that where it was like this dangerous, straight up hardcore that didn't need to be like textbook definition of hard, like jun type thing.
Yeah.
What was what were the big four in terms of like what CI wanted to be musically?
Shit, man. You go first.
Who wrote the demo?
I'm not gonna name like bands as far as like influences,
Sure.
but the band happened very organically. Like me and Josiah have like always shot the idea back and forth to start like playing in a band together ever since we dabbled in it back in the Holy Crows days, you know? But we started jamming, him on drums, me on bass, in the living room that like Whiteford that you guys stayed at.
Yeah.
We had
shithole.
We had a setup in the living room and we would just jam whenever we had free time, just me and him.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know it was you two.
Just me and him. Cool. What we came up with, like we wanted to play fast hardcore that was hard. And that's like where it started and we chipped away at it. And like,
Not easy to do, too. Fast hardcore that is hard. It's not easy to do.
I think Piece by Piece is the perfect
Piece by
example.
Piece.
I agree.
Piece
Piece by Piece, like that was definitely like, we love Piece by Piece. Yeah. Like
Yeah, Piece by Piece, 86 mentality.
Yeah.
Shit like that. That's what we were.
like Violent Minds, like that sort of like bass tone and that like cranking bass. That was when I was like, I want my bass like that. He already played drums.
Shark Attack.
People don't want their basses to sound like basses anymore, you know?
They want them to sound like
They
guitars.
sound like fucking guitars.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
In hardcore, I think a bass should sound like that. Not in every application.
Okay, there was a period of time where like the Sanzab was frowned upon, but it shouldn't be.
Well, okay, but do you remember when the Sans Amp was like everyone had one? Like,
Everyone had
Shipwreck,
one, yes.
Shipwreck era, Guns Up, like Blacklisted. Sans Amp was like that's all you
That
played.
was the tone.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't want to go that route. I had an OG like Rat pedal, and I was like, this is my tone I want. And so I played bass.
Is that where the name came from?
Actually, it's not. But that's
Let's talk about Lounge Rat, the origin. Where'd that come from? Because I don't want to gloss over Whiteford. I want to get into that.
Yeah, I
we'll dig
know.
in.
Oddly enough, Lounge Rat came from Holy Crows days.
Wow.
Yeah, so it goes back.
Yeah, we were driving around in a Winnebago after 3-day fucking Southern tour, 3 shows in North Carolina.
It was a wacky weekend.
Sure.
Everyone remembers the wacky weekends.
Yeah. This is a Holy Crows band weekend.
Dude, we
With
Lewd Axe.
With Lewd Axe, actually.
Remember that band?
Lewd Axe
Yeah.
played with us,
Yeah. I was like 15 or 16,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, we would, every time that band would come through, we would just play a weekend with them.
That's so fucking weird.
That was the purpose of our band.
Just to play with
Was
Lewd
to
Yeah,
play
they fucked
3
with it.
shows with Lewd Axe in North Carolina.
I feel like the real Joby's coming. Throughout this next hour, you're going to see this man transform into something, the likes that you've never seen before. Whiteford, let's talk about Whiteford for a bit. Because
All right, what about
in
it?
terms of the touring scope of this show, Whiteford is like, if you're going to Atlanta, you're probably going to stay there.
Definitely.
Let's get into it.
You're not stoked about it either.
You might not fall asleep or want to fall asleep, but you're going to have a memorable experience.
You got
at least.
stories.
Yeah. What's your fondest recollection of Whiteford?
Oh
Shit.
my God. I can't. I lived there 7 years. I can't like get in.
wow.
It's like
We shared a bedroom there for a minute.
See
And then
that?
I lived in the living room.
I've lived in every room in that house, including the living room.
We had bunk beds in one of those motherfuckers one time, where Ryan Wood, Atlanta, Florida legend, lived in the top one. Then
He was not the top bunk.
he was. He
Think
had the
about
one.
it.
He had the one that was above the couch. You weren't sleeping under him.
I was top bunk. He couldn't get on the top bunk. He's too big. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I think you're right now.
That could never work.
I think it's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Imagine Wood up there.
I've done. I wonder what percentage of people watching, listening, have done the like curtained off living room
That was me
for $100.
I had
did
fucking
that for sure.
thumbtacks in the ceiling
Yeah.
with bed sheets.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
This
just-
is
and I-
already after having a room at some point?
No, I never had a room in Whiteford.
Yeah, there was like the living room went from living room to room, living room to room.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
I've slept in that kitchen
halfway
two,
out.
3
Yeah,
times at
the
least.
kitchen slept pretty good sometimes.
It was good.
yeah.
Good floor, you know.
That
good
motherfucker
tile.
was basically like the aisle of misfit toys for like young bucks at the time. Like,
Yeah.
he was the first one to properly move there. I was like the weekend warrior there for a minute.
I was out. I moved out when I was 17 and moved in with Thomas Champ and Eddie Shiro. They had that house and they were letting me crash on the couch. I think Eddie bailed and Ryan Wood moved in, and then me and him started sharing a room together, which went on for multiple years.
Yeah. And that was the first Whiteford. And then
Right.
remember the one next door, the
Yeah.
McMansion?
Oh yeah, did you go to the second
shit.
one?
Dog,
yeah, I went
of
to
course
the
you
second
did. It was
one.
a 6-bedroom house.
And that was where the classic vines of terrorizing
yes.
Sims came from.
R.I.P. dude.
A great time. Dude, Vine era and that house together is like,
Sims is someone to be respected now.
Sims,
yeah, shout out
you
Sims.
got to give it up to Sims, man.
He's a gangster.
He took it all. He punched his way into everybody's hearts. And now here he is thriving in the world.
Well, how about this, man? Like, he was obliterated mentally and physically,
Daily.
and but then was just like, yo, fuck these motherfuckers. I didn't see him for like 4 or 5 years. Made a whole life for himself,
Got
dude.
clean.
He's a celebrity. Got
Yeah,
clean,
straight up.
He's a
made man in
He's a
Atlanta.
known face in Atlanta, dude.
Unbelievable.
I walk down the street and get spit on, unless I'm with Sims. I'm telling you.
Good for Sims, man. Yeah, I love the one of you waking him up with like a Chipmunks record playing at like 45. It's just sounded like
All of that
Chipmunks.
It's
said,
classic, yeah.
all of that said, there was some incredible things,
Some content.
some
came out
incredible
of that.
content created.
Yeah, that's
but
good.
I don't want to burn them out live.
Sure. Sims,
know.
you did great. Okay, we're very proud of you.
There's great stories. We can off air. Maybe.
Did you tour on the CI demo at all?
I mean, define tour, I guess, right? I mean,
No, we totally did.
yeah, we did.
Like we proper toured off the demo.
Solid Bond Records.
No, that was
no.
That was
No,
Fever.
it was Fever Solid Bond.
Yeah.
The demo
Apologies, we'll get there.
self-released.
Good for
Ryan
you.
Wood Records
dog.
paid for it.
Ryan
He
Wood
pressed
Records.
the demo.
Came out the mud.
I
dude.
sold him a red Crown of Thorn City that I said I'd never sell. But
And he
because
gave-
it was
and I
him,
guarantee you, he gave it away to somebody.
that's cool.
He's already resold it.
See, that's fine with me. You know, I want it to keep going down the line until it gets back to me.
Yeah. Well, I guess the first like tour we did with the demo was with Rude Awakening, right? Was that the first shows we did?
Was that when you got salmonella and actually didn't do the vocals?
So
There we go.
I
Here we
fucked
go.
around and ate some braised wings in New Hampshire and almost died of salmonella because I was just letting it ride.
Yeah.
we played Boston. Then the next day we were in Wilkes-Barre.
They got a cure for salmonella?
No, it's easily
It's good?
curable.
Okay.
Yeah, you just sleep.
Benadryl or
that
something?
shit buffs out.
Okay, easy.
Easy.
Okay,
But
good.
no, we played Wilkes-Barre, and I was fucking dying. And Rude Awakening had this guy named Stevie J with him, and I was like, dude, I'll just take a shit ton of your pre-workout and be able to get through this set. So like, I just took
I forgot about that.
I took God knows what, powered through the set, and then we're just throwing up for hours and dying and shivering. We get to Syracuse, and I was like, dude, I'm fucked up, man. Like, I'm fucked up. And we go to the hospital, and they're like, dude, you were like half a day away from dying of the most curable disease on the planet.
I didn't believe it when you told me. I thought you were fucking with me.
Yeah, they had to pump my shit. And
Really?
like, dude, it was
Holy
gnarly. Yeah.
shit.
And so I didn't sing for the
How were
rest of the tour.
the wings?
Yeah.
The wings?
Yeah.
They're good, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I would imagine you can't
I'd do it again.
It was like,
Shout out Josh Hines for trying to fucking
yeah, straight
kill
up
me.
shout out Josh Hines for trying to feed
big
us
time.
Yeah, fucking
Absolutely.
raw
chicken,
wings,
chicken
but
sashimi.
still delicious.
Chicken tartare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yum,
Yeah.
good for you. All right, now fever comes along, and for lack of a better word, ignites a fever. It was like a second paradigm shift with the same band in the same era. The song "Fever" was like as inescapable within hardcore as the fucking what's the Lumineers track? It was as inescapable in hardcore as that. To this day, I mean, you close with it tonight?
It's a closer.
That's a big time. That's
Sometimes you
that's
just
a perma.
We used to open with it though.
Well, that's a great opener too.
I know what that's all
You put
about.
your hits
If it's a
there
good
or
opener
there.
and a closer, then that's how you know you
It's
got a
a
good
hit.
one.
That's
Yeah,
called a
that's-
masterpiece.
Yeah, it's a bookend.
You can't let them put you in a box.
So
man.
that was Solid Bond Records. Jared
was.
Carmen, one and done, right?
Oh,
It
is that-
was.
Is that true? Well, one and
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I mean, everybody involved is a fucking jackass, us included. You know, so like, that was the fact that anybody even heard the songs is astounding.
He did. I mean, the distribution was great because the song is out there. Let me tell you,
That's true.
it's
Yeah.
out there. So good job, Jared.
Yeah, we played a record release show without records.
But
That's
So we sold
par for the course now.
the sleeves to the records, and everybody write down their email
The
saying,
fact that you had
saying
this-
we said we would send the records out.
No.
And
listen,
public apology. I don't
I
think
had a piece of paper where everyone wrote
there
their
ain't a damn
names,
person walking that has that record.
and I can vaguely remember loading out. Me and Josiah loading out for the night. Had a great night. We look down, we see the piece of paper with all the stuff on it. And we just keep going.
Yeah, we left it on the floor.
Oh,
man.
it never left the
It
building.
never left the
No,
building.
dude.
Now this is
How old
the
were we?
real CI.
We were young, man.
Dude,
Were you?
we were very. I mean, dude,
Younger.
We're about the same age,
We're
right?
like 20 years old, man.
Oh,
and, like,
that's
20 years old, and that the way like everybody acted in the South at that time,
Yeah.
it's just like soulless, dude.
Yeah.
You know
half a human.
that like
you know?
not sending out records that people bought is like we're basically 4-H
that.
for that.
I mean, that just
That's the
ended.
best thing we've ever
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, that etiquette just stopped happening.
Yeah,
you know, you are so lucky to the people that order
on the
records
cusp.
now that you get it in 6 months. You should be thanking God every fucking day because
Yeah, dude.
that's a new thing.
We at
The record release show is incredible though.
Where was it?
The Fever record release at the fucking MJQ, dude. Best venue in the Southeast. Both of you have had to have played there.
MJQ.
Drunken
MJQ.
Unicorn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
House-
It's actually closing down.
Us,
RP.
Yeah.
Harm's Way, and Convicted went to
Dude.
the world of Coke World.
That show was fucking sick, dude.
It was the title fight.
no,
record
I
release
think they
or
played.
something?
No, it was Foundation when the Smoke.
That's what
Clears
it was.
record
That's
release.
yeah. It was Foundation.
That show was fucking
record release.
awesome.
Title fight played, and then Harm's Way and Convicted played. We all had bellies full of Coke.
What a great day.
I
Full heavy or
fucking yeah. Well, Coke
At
World,
that-
dude.
yeah,
You're trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
Around the world,
Listerine
yeah.
bullshit and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
this stuff. Oh my
you
god!
spit or you swallow?
Come on, brother.
Coke.
Yeah.
I know the answer. to that.
Swallowed every drop of that
Yeah, delicious.
luscious stuff, but felt awful.
Good for you. You want to
Two
talk about
sets
where,
back to
where
back.
you met these two fellas?
Well,
You go back to that.
I met Kaleb much later because on the Foundation tour that we met Foundation and like the Atlanta guys, it was still Wildcat.
That's right.
Was playing bass.
I met you in
Shit, that's
Chicago,
right.
I believe.
Yeah,
Like while we were like stopping through.
Yeah,
And you
that-
like put us up, took care of us, and they knew you through that tour. I think.
You put them up?
that makes perfect sense.
You
yeah,
did?
Yeah, at when I actually the place where I lived with the curtain off room just before the curtain off. But
So you answered the door when they called.
Wow.
But yeah, you and I met on the tour that we talked to Celie about on that last episode from For the Children.
Oh yeah, I
When-
listened to that.
Did you like it?
That was dog shit.
Nice. No. He texted me. He praised me.
A hell of a podcast, too.
That was when
Dan Seeley's one of my best friends. You guys know that?
I did know
Caleb's
that.
my best friend. But
Is that true
Dan's
on the
up there.
record?
What?
You're going to have a lot of people maybe are like, yo, what the fuck?
No, since I was like fucking 14 years old.
yeah. That's
love
Chris. That's Chris for me.
Yeah, dude.
He's I've known him since our first band. Did
Numero
weekends.
uno in friendship.
That's right, dude.
Our lewd acts was Modern Life
Hold
is
on,
War.
I can't gloss.
about that.
Nathan
about
Blavelt is my best friend. If I didn't interject with that there, I'd get the meanest text you ever seen. Yes, what were you saying about Ludax?
I was saying that me and Chris were in a band, Double Cross, and our lewd acts was Modern Life is War. It was like, oh, we're doing a weekend with these guys that we don't really know, but we're out there, you know.
Those are the Dead Ramones fellas?
Sure is.
Yeah.
An era of hardcore I don't miss.
Corn-fed.
Very corn-fed. I mean,
melodic HC.
to be a band that people know of from Iowa, that's something.
You did something. Good
Did
job.
something.
You know.
Yeah,
You
for sure.
got out. This where Iowa is basically the reason this fucking show
Yeah.
exists, huh? At the end of the day.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
How many? Well, we talked about that tour with Seeley, so I don't want to like beat a dead horse.
Yeah, but this is a whole new perspective
you're right.
here.
So let's talk about Rainfest.
Yeah.
Remember
dude.
Rainfest? We all stayed in that one house, some house.
Oh, wait. Was that the dude that kept singing the Entombed part over and over again?
The demon part.
Dude, John Lopez, this kid sucked so fucking bad.
You stayed
Yo,
at
it was
his
that
house?
guy Moser, that fucking douchebag from Atlanta. We stayed at this fucking
That's cool.
loser's house. And every time John Lopez would go, the guy would just scream from his bedroom. I'm not kidding, man. Oh my God. But yeah, we all stayed in that house, and then at that Rainfest is when everybody had to hoof it from the cops for jaywalking. tickets.
Jaywalking.
What?
Dude, they were writing them like they were going out
Oh,
of
that's
style.
true.
It was
Yeah.
pathetic.
Is this Tacoma era, right?
Yeah.
Tacoma, ruthless.
What
it was crazy.
I'm not even joking. I was standing across the street at a crosswalk with a walk sign, and I was like, "Officer, am I good?" And he's literally he did a "You tell me."
What the
You
fuck?
fuck.
Yeah.
I cannot afford
yeah.
$20.
Yeah, dude.
You want to talk about gambling a little bit?
We gambled a
How long
little
you
bit.
got?
I don't know if you were there.
No, I did. I had to use Reggie McCafferty's ID to get into casinos.
Okay, so
Do you have dice on you right now?
They're in the merch area.
I feel like a live game would be.
that would be fun.
something. Would be really something.
Us
Could
and
Could you put
Vitalo.
in a text to have somebody bring them?
I'll shoot one in a second.
All right.
I don't know if you really want that to go down.
I want it live on the show.
Okay.
That could be nice.
Why not?
Yeah.
Us and Vitalo went to some casino outside of Seattle, like before the fest. It was like right when we got there. And I don't remember if anyone else was there, but it was like my first time even meeting Vitalo, really.
Yeah.
And I lost all my money on blackjack. I didn't really know what I was doing. And on the way out, I put $5 down on 16, and it hit.
Good for you, man.
Gorgeous.
Big day. Was that your first
Been
time
up ever
gambling?
since.
That
yeah.
was that was my first like, oh.
Yesterday,
Yeah, I told him.
you told him?
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Can I believe it? I'm the one that led him to the slots.
true.
You did, but first spin,
Second.
Yeah,
Second
I
spin.
can't believe it because I told him to go there.
you told me
20
to go
bucks
there.
in.
Eureka Gold.
Eureka Gold for me brings me back from the dead every time.
Hell of a slot.
I'm a huge fan.
I didn't even gamble last night because I was riding high off that NBA parlay.
Good for you.
You
how'd
didn't end up gambling at all?
Dude, I mean, what?
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I'll gamble tonight.
Yeah. We'll
Eddie
see.
Shiro booked a parlay for me for today. It's 6 o'clock. It starts.
When did you start getting into gambling?
Dude, what's funny is I remember the exact moment. It was in
Perfect.
the Little Five pharmacy. And we bought like our first scratch offs.
Yeah.
It's $2 tickets called Jumbo Bucks. And I just kept fucking buying them like over and over and over again. I don't know how fucking long we were in there, but that was the exact moment.
What's the most you ever won off a scratch off?
10 grand.
Is that the lore behind that is
Yeah, I got it. I got the date tattoo.
That's-
on my arm.
Oh, beautiful.
with the Ghetto Josh bought you a scratcher
Oh, we split one. We split a $10 ticket, $5 each, and won 10 grand.
On his birthday, right?
on his
On my
On your
birthday, yeah.
oh my
Well, dude, and I was like, I think I was like 21, 22 years old. So we splitting 10 grand. Like I thought I was set for life.
I'm rich.
You know, remember we went up to This Is Hardcore that weekend.
You
we
blew
like,
it the whole thing, right?
oh, dog, in like 2 days. I was like sending wine to people at Olive Garden, like at tables away.
Abundanza.
Oh, yeah, dude. I couldn't. I woke up and the money was
Like
gone.
I thought I was rich because I knew him. 'cause he
Yeah,
won.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, my friend. He's he's made.
Yeah, it's like, I put,
At that point, that was like,
I know. I mean,
thought we were about to put the whole hood on my back, dude. We
course.
were all getting out, dude.
yeah.
on the way
$5
home
grand.
from Phillies when James won a large amount of money, and I was driving and pulled
The
over.
DraftKings one.
Pulled over and just like yelled. Like we were all so
I
excited.
think that's
great,
the biggest
you know?
win of anybody.
Your boy wins.
Now that's money.
That was
that's
crazy.
put the hood on your back money.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that was a big win. But I remember pulling over and we were all just like, like freaking out.
Gambling is one of the best things to ever happen to humanity, I would say.
Do you know the story of us touring with Blind Justice?
Let's get into it.
I guess as a precursor to this tour going into it.
Okay.
All right, Christmas Day. I'm going down to see my family.
Happy holidays.
It wasn't. It's never really happy holidays in my house, but
Sorry to hear.
it's all good. But my brother gives me a present, which is crazy. I open it up, and it's a. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm
This
looking
is
at him.
insane.
You know, this is wild. And he's like, give me the look. The look when he gives you a bunch of.
Okay.
So the first person I call was Josiah. Let him know that I just came up on a bunch of Jimmy
Yeah. You said, hey,
We called him Jimmy.
we got about all this.
because we're about to go on tour.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Yo, I just came up on a bunch of Jimmy. Yo, like,
Yeah, it was the Snickle Fritz of his homies, like. So it was his bad ones.
Well said.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was just like goofy brother gave me, and I'm like throwing through it. Like he thought it was like hooking me up, but it looked pretty goofy, you know.
Okay.
Dude.
But I
But in
thought
the right lighting.
in the right lighting, yeah,
yeah.
I thought
Or the
it, you know,
lack thereof.
Yeah.
I thought it looked nice. But yeah, so fast forward, you know, we bring the tour and we're just like, we're goofing around. We're playing with it.
Oh,
Sure.
dude. We were rolling with like 8-person games with all the Jimmy.
How, were they?
No,
There's a lot of them.
there's a
We had
lot of them. And like, it's, we're just giving them to people, you know, giving people away.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mostly just giving them to people, you know?
Sure.
Why not?
That's a beautiful
And you
gift.
like you know, with some jerk off that's not going to know any better.
Absolutely.
Like the guy at the Dippin' Dots stand at the mall.
yeah,
you know
they're
what I
not.
mean?
They're out of
He
business
doesn't give
now.
a shit.
He has dated
Did
technology.
you put Dippin' Dots out of business with those? Is that what happened?
Yeah, single-handedly.
Huge. Wow.
Yeah.
So Blind Justice. Where do they come into this?
What? Blind Justice?
Yeah.
So we're on, this is leading up to a tour with them.
Sure.
We played the first FYA. That's when we launched the Jimmy.
That was the soft launch
The
of the
soft
Jimmy.
launch.
That was the soft launch of Jimmy.
Grand opening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off the back of that, we did the Blind Justice tour with Cruel Hand, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So it was us, Blind Justice, Cruel Hand. Me and Josiah, you know, cooking up schemes in the back. You know, we got a little bit of merch money.
Huge.
We're texting Justin, asking what the merch bill is. We're crunching numbers,
Of course.
Figuring shit out.
and we're getting up on a casino. You know, so Josiah's like comes up with this idea that we should play roulette, but progressive betting with the merch money, which is foolproof, right?
Can't
So
lose.
like every time you lose, you double your bet.
Triple
Yeah.
your bet.
Double, triple it.
Can't lose.
You can't.
At some reason we're riding with Blind Justice, right?
I can't remember who we were with, but we were with Blind Justice when we were in the parking lot of the casino, like screaming at each other.
Post the
Post.
roulette
Oh,
game.
yeah,
we're
I'm skipping
getting
ahead.
there.
I'm skipping
Okay,
ahead.
yeah.
Well, this is it's a peer
Yeah.
into the future.
Exactly. So I think we get down to about 100 or 200 of the merch money. This is like all our money at this point. And I'm like, yo, we got to bail. We got to abandon ship.
Yeah.
And Josiah turns and looks at me. He goes, he looked me in the eyes and he goes like, no, we're not. Like, no, the fuck we're not.
That doesn't.
Like,
yeah.
you're going against what we said. Like,
We had a deal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we had a deal. Basically,
What was the deal?
the deal was
We
to
go
make
all
money.
in.
All
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, we have $200. This might get us. This ain't gonna do much.
Yeah, we can get 400 maybe. You know.
Yeah.
Straight
right,
up.
right.
But to me, we're fully depleted.
Sure.
And then we eventually do get fully depleted. Am I right?
No, we ran it back. No,
How
because
do we end up in the front of the casino though, screaming?
because we ran it back. We got the money back, but the problem,
We got back to where we were.
yeah, we got back to even, but The problem was like how far I was willing to take it, and how I made it like this.
That was my problem. I was like,
I
listen.
made it this big thing about like commitment and brotherhood.
Yes.
Like, dude, we agreed and committed to something, man. Sure. Like, I really was. Yeah, it was pretty insane.
Yeah, at this point, everyone in Blind Justice they're over the casino. They're sitting in the van. It's snowing outside.
Yeah.
It's like cold as hell. And we're in front of the casino yelling at each other. They're in the van.
Just you two.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
in the front.
Hours late to the show.
Was there a show that day?
Yeah, there was a show that day, I think.
I don't know how it came. I don't even
And
know
they're
how it went
watching
on.
from the van, just like what's going on with these guys?
Yeah.
Like these guys, like we're just trying to go to the fucking
Like,
show.
these cocksuckers gonna get in the van. We're gonna play this fucking show.
Yeah.
Like, you know? Yeah. It was insane. That roulette game was the band was on the line there.
Right.
Like if
Criminal
that
Instinct Pink Slip was on the
dog,
table.
absolutely,
Yeah.
because like, you know, we couldn't pay the merch bill, and like the way we were living at the time, that thing was never gonna get paid.
Right. Of
course.
And like, you know, everybody on the tour would have been like, these guys are fucking terrible. Like nobody would want to tour with us.
Sure.
So like,
Oh wow.
So that was what's at stake.
We barely got by the skin of our teeth and stuck out the rest of the tour.
So how did the game go? You won?
yeah, we're Gucci, dude. Band survived.
Band
We
survived.
bounced back.
Show was dog shit that night.
Sure.
Like I think we were screaming at each other like at 9 p.m. at the casino. Like
Promoters calling us.
The load-in was at 5.
5.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck are
The
these
Little
dildos?
Caesars is room temp. By the way.
That cheese is
Yeah.
sweat.
Nah, not
Yeah,
a chance
dude.
you're eating
We
that.
weren't getting Little Caesars at that point.
Dude, that was.
Really?
They weren't there yet.
Did we have this?
Dog names.
I can't remember who was even playing in the band at that time.
That's something
I
we
know
should
who was
talk-
playing in the band.
Yeah, exactly.
Who was it?
It was Luke.
Yeah.
Luke Jones.
Poor
Did y'all
bastard.
ever meet Luke Jones?
Poor
I
bastard.
think so.
He played guitar in the band for a little bit. Fever era.
One tour.
Did one tour. That
Yeah.
tour.
How do you feel about that?
Huh? I mean, you know, he only did one tour.
Okay. Say no
I
more.
don't think he'd want to do another one.
No, let's talk about lineup changes a little bit because Caleb, at one point you left.
Correct.
Was it to start Abuse of Power, or did you start Abuse of Power just kind of coincidentally?
Abuse of Power was already starting.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always like wanted to do a band like that. And I was already jamming with Lucky and Halen at the time. And just kind of, I had some old riffs.
Cream Daddy, Lucky. Many people ask us all the time, do an
Yeah.
episode with
Yeah.
Cream Daddy.
Really?
Yeah, are we throwing him under
Still
the bus
talk
here?
about that?
It's
revealing
crazy because the dude's not funny.
I think he's hilarious. I love Lucky to death.
I do too.
I
You
love him.
I like him.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's funny.
He played in CI. You guys remember when he played
He did
in CI?
play in CI.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
See?
He was
so
like
that was when you
proper
thought he
playing shows.
Okay.
But I started AOP. I've always wanted to do a band like that. I've been like a huge outspoken fan. It just came together with Halen and Lucky.
What year did CI start?
2012.
12, yeah.
Maybe 2011. 2012 when the demo came out, but 2011, 2012.
Were you guys in attendance? And this is dabbling, I think, with Foundation before you were playing with them. But I'm sure you guys were at the United Blood where they played. It was still daytime out.
Yeah.
The
I
the
went every year
t-shirt
with
one.
them. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
T-shirt year.
The Atlanta
where-
Lifer year?
Yeah.
T-shirt?
Well,
Yeah.
it was just like, oh, this is the biggest band in the genre right now.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
was crazy.
Which is
Yeah.
so interesting because they had these waves where and then they did a tour with Comeback Kid, and it was like the
That's
worst.
killed the band.
that killed the band.
I remember it.
I
was
remember
there.
it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
That's when you stayed with me.
And then
I
but
went
then,
up with you to Madison.
and then they go out as this like generational, once in a lifetime band. You know.
The last show was one of the craziest things. The last Foundation show.
But yeah, one of my favorite shows I ever played.
Yeah.
It was a great one.
So Abuse of Power comes along. You clean up your act. You're singing in a band. CI keeps going.
I think it's common misconception. I didn't like the thing is clean up my act.
Is it? Come on.
I've always been the same person.
Of course.
I have multiple sides.
I know you do.
I'm a caring person,
Yeah, yeah.
but I've done crazy things to get where I
You're
am.
layered.
I've done a lot of things to get where I am in life,
Sure.
and I've had to do some shit I'm not proud of.
Okay.
But
Are you proud of Abuse of Power?
I am proud of Use of Power. It's a whole different side of me, and I do love that band.
Good. Is it done?
We're done. We were gonna do a last show, but in 2020,
We all know how that went.
and it was
Great
great.
year.
Great year.
Great show.
Yeah.
I just tell people it happened.
Oh, okay.
Like people ask me about it, like, do you
It
go
was
play
like
a live
March
show?
17th.
I'm like, yeah, it was
2020
awesome. It was off the hook.
You wasn't there.
You wasn't there. Yeah, exactly. Make
You
a
wasn't
shirt.
there,
You
bitch.
go.
Yeah.
Make the shirt. We'll buy the
But
shirt.
I love doing that band.
Shit went hard.
Yeah, we did some gigs together. That's why I coined Scott's Tots.
Scott's tots.
That
What
burn.
was
Yo, I'm
Scott's
telling you though, that burn still stings. That's a good burn.
Really?
It's a good one.
Please.
Yeah, but it's not you.
It's not even a burn. It was.
Yeah, well, it was just a good, like, it was a good joke. And I was
It
like,
was good.
I think that was the moment I was like, fuck, he's really funny.
Oh, no. The shows were Tara got to abuse of power.
Yeah.
And every day, Tara got to the show and Scott found abuse of power. And, he'd just be like, outspoken, So
he'd say bands to us that we loved, yeah.
And, he did the same thing to me when I was 15. He would just come up to me and whisper, dying breed.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, he would.
To be clear,
They
he
were
hit me with
Scott's
turning
tots.
point lyrics.
See?
Yeah.
Scott's
he
tots.
didn't really, he wasn't really fucking with me on that tour. He really liked Yoon and Jug.
Yoon is just, he's magnetic.
Who's
I
the
know.
biggest Scott's top? I have one in mind.
It's that
Ever?
the Justin Aladia guy.
I was gonna.
Was it?
Justin's not the biggest Scott's Todd, is he?
You meant in general. I thought you meant
Yeah.
out the band.
No.
No,
Just
Yoon was for sure his,
Yeah.
but Yoon is my
have you
top,
ever
you know?
have you ever toured with
Love Yoon.
Scott and Chris Smith?
They're kind of two halves of one whole.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. They
My
just have their
favorite
own
top.
language.
Yeah.
They literally do.
So you moved to California shortly after that, right?
Kind of like during it, I'd say. Yeah. When AOP.
Was it a reaction
popped
to
up.
Caleb leaving?
During AOP? Well, he lived in
was it
Boston
was it a
before
reaction to Caleb leaving the band?
Yeah, dude.
Like, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get.
No,
as
I got a
far
job
away.
in California.
Do we talk about your job a little bit? Because I think a lot of people would be fascinated.
So
by it.
Can we?
Yeah, I would love to.
You want to segue to that right now?
Let's segue into that right now, and then we'll get
Come
back to you
back.
moving to California.
All right. Yeah, I'm a copywriter. I write scripts for commercials and social media copy for commercials, large brand concepts and activations and stuff.
The real life Don Draper, as I call him.
Something like
Did
that.
you not at one point write for Hallmark?
Did not write for
You did
Hallmark.
not do stuff for Hallmark.
No, but the
I
Sprint
misremembered.
guy, the Verizon guy going to Sprint.
That was me and my team. Yeah.
That's a Joby original.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Hey, thanks, man.
I think I saw a Honda Ruckus thing you did.
print ads. Yeah.
Those were good.
Yep.
Those are cool.
That was
yeah.
good stuff.
Those are
Yeah,
fun.
if you go to Grey Goose social media, I was there for a minute.
That was all Joby.
Corona,
What's the biggest one?
the biggest spot I've done.
Yeah.
I did some spots for 7-Eleven with Dak Prescott, quarterback for the Cowboys. I'm working on some stuff now, which is fucking corny as this is going to sound. I don't think I'm allowed to say what it is, but I'm working on some big spots for Corona right now.
Big things coming. Our big things coming in the
shit's
room
about-
list right now.
Shit's about to go down. No, but as fucking lame as that sounds, I legally, I'm.
No, it's fine.
no.
It's a real job. It's
your
people
job.
ask us all the time, like, what do people in hardcore bands do? And that's one of the ones that I think about where I'm like, people don't know this, like, one, objectively, that, like, peripherally a degenerate gambling guy who is like probably beat up one of your friends, and that's fine, it happens, is also this like business professional guy in the regular real world. It's impressive. Only in hardcore can stuff like that happen.
I know.
Good for you. So you moved to California for this job.
I did.
I started working with my brother. Did you meet my brother when doing the LP, kind of?
Yeah, we were. So it's funny, that LP only happened because King 9. So we were supposed to do a split with King 9, and we had basically the A side of Zone 6 music more or less written, right?
Yeah.
But King 9, as you know, is like a 10-year writing process for.
And then it was discussed as being maybe a 3-way split, a CI
guys
King
too.
9 God's Hate thing.
I believe that was
There were
put on the
many
table.
transformations. in
Oh yeah, I
this.
forgot about that.
We did
There's
talk
a lot.
about that, but
that version.
yeah, but then none of it happened. So we ended up.
And these are the first songs without Caleb in the band.
That's not true.
Is that not true?
Not at all.
You were in it?
Zone 6 music?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote it with him.
He was in the band, but we were kind of beefing a little bit during Zone 6 music.
Like writing it? Well,
Towards the end of writing that LP, we were not fucking
yeah,
with each other.
I was over it towards the end of Zone 6 music.
Absolutely.
But we fully wrote that record and I tracked it at Taylor's.
Yeah.
Because you've expressed maybe the vibe of you two beefing is why you've expressed to me that it's like you're disappointed in it in a way.
Yeah, my honest opinion, that record should have been an EP all day. I think it's mainly A-side. I think you can hear like kind of the later songs where
But
it
it's
was,
short enough where that it doesn't. You don't have to think of it like
I
that.
don't know. Like to me, that's just our weakest material because we weren't as tight and like not fucking with each other heavy to where like we probably weren't being totally honest about feedback and shit like that. It's just like let's just get this fucking thing done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
At that point in the band, we were bumping heads at most every junction,
to say the least.
Like it would be like, all right, I ordered merch. It's like, all right, cool. Like, what size did you get? It's like, oh, I got like, this many, this, that. It's like, what the fuck? Like, then we start going at it about like sizes.
Instead of a conversation.
Totally,
it's
yeah.
you're a
It's
piece
just
of shit and I
everything
hate
was
you.
Just,
something.
accusing things.
You fucked up again.
Yeah.
I mean, we were, yeah. We were
then-
on like 8 years of friendship at that point.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
didn't. I think we didn't fuck with each other there for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Like active
Really?
beef.
Wow.
I mean, beef is that's a way to say
It's a
it.
very strong word.
We weren't fighting
for
each
you.
other
okay,
ever.
Yeah, that's kind of.
We did not like each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then like. I mean, like, not to get too sappy here. Like, I'll bear the lion's share of the blame on that. I was on a sick one for a couple years there, man. to say the least, I was on a sick
You're
one.
not now.
Hell no.
Okay.
man. Nah.
Good.
I'm Tony Robbins in this bitch now. dude.
Okay, good. Breakup, say something inspirational to this camera.
Well, I would love. I have a segue for that. Actually, Hard 4,
Oh yeah.
dude.
Oh my god,
I loved that.
Now, well, let's end with that because that's
well,
like a whole other worm we got to crack. Because anytime I listen to that, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
But that's what I'm saying. He's inspirational.
All right, talk about it.
Do you want to get to it now or the end?
Get to it now.
I want to get to it.
Okay. Fuck it. Let's go.
When did you like? Because I messaged you when it came out, and I told you that I liked it.
Yeah, man.
And
Appreciate that.
I have always wanted to, like, where did that come from? Obviously, you always had like a love.
Tell the people
for
what
that
it
kind of
is
music.
that you're talking about, real quick.
How would you describe it? It's a solo project.
Yeah. Well, me and my little sister and her
Josiah
boyfriend.
Daniel.
You and your little sister called Josiah Daniel, and it's country folky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's a safe.
it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to put it in a box. You know what I mean?
Country folky is a good, like, that's a pretty broad stroke. You know what I'm saying? So that works.
Did you always have that interest in that kind of music? Is that
Yeah,
something
I mean-
you grew up with?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Like, I think I kind of got into it probably around like 12, 13, because my dad never listened to country, neither did my mom. Yeah, I just like started fucking with it like really heavy when I was a kid. Always listen to it. You can hear in CI, like we use country music lyrics. Like people,
Big Rock Candy Mountain, all that. Good
I mean,
stuff.
dude, the end line in Fever feels like I'm going down 3 times, coming up. That's a Hank Senior lyric, like just straight up. The whole first verse to World So Full is Roger Miller lyrics from a song called World So Full of Love. But yeah, just always been a country guy, but like never really had like the balls to
I'm
try
sure
and
you
sing.
experienced it early where you're just like driving in a car with him and he just sings along to some song and you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, totally. I mean, yeah, we'd bounce songs back and forth. Like, oh, this is cool. Like, this would be cool for an intro. This is cool. But straight up, always, he'd be singing like that just in the car.
Yeah.
Really?
Louder than the radio sometimes.
So you knew-
And it's just like belting. Yeah.
It was in there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
takes-
I've always told him, like, dude, you have a voice for this, you know?
It takes, like you said, balls to put something out like that. Especially like I'm assuming you wrote the lyrics.
Yeah, dude, some a couple of those songs that I wrote like back when I was like early 20s and stuff. But yeah, I wrote all the lyrics, the vocal melodies, like cadences, etc.
Yeah.
But my sister and her boyfriend Ryan Quarles, my sister Emma Hoeflinger and her boyfriend Ryan Quarles, just kind of wrote all the music.
Cool.
And the production, the music and the production is like crazy impressive.
It's perfect for what it is.
Taylor's actually mixing some shit now.
There we go.
Oh, really? There's more.
coming.
Yeah, I recorded 3 songs over Thanksgiving.
Hard
Excellent.
3. Harder 3.
Yeah, hard 3.
There you go.
Three.
that style?
That role doesn't exist, but
Okay.
hard 4 is a roll in craps.
Ah,
It's 2 2s.
there you go. Good
Do you
for
have a while we're on the subject, do you have a big 4 of country?
Your country Mount Rushmore?
Man, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's hard.
You could say the Highwaymen if you want the easy out.
I mean, Patsy Cline for sure, but even that's like kind of drifts between like blues and everything.
It's a very broad term for sure.
Kitty Wells for sure. It's an amazing country singer. I like James Hand a lot. Dude that wrote Just a Heart. Charlie Crockett did a whole cover record of his songs. And then, shit, man, probably a tie between Hank Sr. and George Jones. I mean, Hank Sr.'s the easy answer, but like those songs are fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Interesting.
Let's get back to Zone 6 music era a little bit. Because Kaleb records the record. He tracks it with Taylor. Then he's out of there. Was
Gone
Champ out of there shortly after?
Yeah, basically.
And that was when you decided you needed to assemble the Monstars?
I mean, it was less so that, it was just like who was around, you know what I mean?
It's not who was around.
It was. Those are my boys, dude.
They just happened to be Monstars.
Skull's my dog. Gion's my dog.
Monster.
Martine's my dog.
Monster.
Taylor's my dog.
Taylor. Monster. You know, to me, mentally. Mental monster to me.
But yeah, we played shows like that, and it was cool, man. But it wasn't like that era was cool, but that was like that to me. And it's no diss to people doing it because those are my fucking best friends and I love them. But like, given like the way it was operating, I would say that that's like the dark ages of CI.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you missed your buddy.
Huh?
You missed your
it just
buddy.
wasn't. It wasn't genuine. Yeah. Like the band like begins and ends with him and I. Like all the shit that people like was written by the both of us, or was like, if not written by the both of us, like written by one and heavily influenced by the other, being like, yo, this part sucks, fucking switch this bullshit around.
So
now.
who wasn't around for the Phantom of the Opera?
Oh, dog.
That was that was a one
That's
and
a
done.
funny story too.
Me and him.
I hate that song exists, man.
We're jamming at our homie Ian's house.
Yeah.
And
This is gonna expose this to Sam Yarmouth.
it will expose
Sorry,
us to
dog.
Sam Yarmouth just a bit. But
Marmouth.
we're practicing for a show coming up, and then me and Josiah are like, "Oh, yo, like we gotta write a song for that comp," and we're just like, "Oh my god, we do." When he needs it like
Tomorrow.
tomorrow,
That
and
was
we're just
the
like,
deadline?
yes. And me and
Dog.
him were like, "We got this. Let's just fucking turn it on. Let's jam it out." And I think we're just throwing shit out. Like I think I swear to God, I think he might have hummed.
It was my.
I think he hummed it to
It was
me.
my fault.
He might have been watching a lot of theater
I wasn't.
leading up to it.
Big Andrew Lloyd Webber head.
Yeah, exactly.
I was trying to think of something dark-sided, you know?
That's true.
But
we needed a dark-sided
we had-
riff.
That's true.
Yeah. I played those notes, played it up and down the neck
And
a
he
little
was
bit.
like, yes.
It's like, whoa.
I've never heard anything
Play that
like that
again,
before.
play
Yeah.
it slow, play it fast, and then we'll play like a breakdown version of it, and that's the
Yeah,
track.
and that's the track.
Dude,
It's
that,
one of my favorite tracks we have.
dude, that bitch was out the door in a week, and it was on the fucking comp.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing: the Phantom of the Opera song, one of the goats, dude.
You like that
I
song?
love that song.
You know what? He was telling me that didn't a couple other people say it to you?
I've had people come up to me and that's the song I get asked about the most.
Really?
Awesome. They ask me if they're like, "Do you know it's Phantom of the Opera?" And I'm just like,
What?
yeah,
When somebody first broke it to me, I was just like, no, dude. It's straight up. It's literal. It's a
It's no, for no, that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's the fucking fan.
Dude.
I was so fucking bummed,
But who else is
man.
doing that, you know?
I'm not a damn
Andrew Lloyd,
nada.
dude.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dude,
Good for you.
I was so bummed when that dawned on me. But I remember how old were we? 24?
You were young.
What was the solo riff? that
Oh
you-
my God. See, that's the thing. Don't feel bad about that. Because when we were recording Twitching Tongues Gaining Purpose, Taylor, so psyched to show me this solo he just did. He's like, I got it. Check this out. Plays it back. It goes, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And I pressed spacebar. I said, well, you can't do that because that is Smooth by Santana featuring Rob Thomas.
No way,
Yes.
dude.
Note for note.
Yo, good song.
That's incredible.
Great
Yo,
song.
Terrorized the Billboard charts.
Oh my God.
That song reminds me of going to the pool with my mom.
Choke slammed the Billboard
It
charts.
was a hot one.
It's straight up
you know?
hot song.
I
Can't
want
go-
to hear that version of that song though.
Dude, that's
With the
incredible.
Santana
I'll
lick.
see if it still exists. I'll see what I can do for you.
That's fucking funny.
So when do
man.
you come back in the band, Caleb?
Let me think.
How does that conversation go? Tell me about the first time where you were like,
Hey.
I think, hey man,
I mean, no, I
what's up?
I reached out.
Yo,
and
the
I-
thing is, me and him were like, it wasn't like squash and then back in the band. Is like we did squash it. There was a period where it was squash and I still wasn't in the band, but we were still cordial and like, we were good.
You're
Sure.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just reached out. I was like, yo, dog, I was on some serious fuck shit, man.
Wow.
Like, yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
That's
And like
grown.
I kind of just
Grown
left
of you.
him hanging too, though, because it was like this thing we built together. I wasn't feeling it anymore. It stressed me out. I just bounced. I wanted to wash my hands of
You
it and
got
walk
to
away.
play bass and you were stressed out. Playing bass is the greatest.
But
gift.
also writing.
But it's
Writing.
but it's a band of just two people.
Yeah.
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 You know.
Tell me about
you
it,
know.
man.
You know how it is.
Tell me about it. I'm sick of it.
So
I would
it's
love
like-
to join a band where people are like, here's the songs.
Oh, dude.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
I mean, you've done it. We've done it for you. Midnight Suns, we were like, here you go.
That's true.
Come on in.
The last one I had some influence on though.
You did, because that was something where, because you moved, it was a 5 Deadly Venom situation, you know, because you moved, the demos were the record. This is some hard lore.
Wait,
for
what are
you.
you talking about?
So the last Midnight Suns thing, those were the demos. Those were recorded to be like, okay, we'll go back and do these. But then you were moving, so we didn't have time to do that. So I didn't play drums on
Dude,
it.
not to fucking jack myself off here, but
Jack it off.
that record fucking rips, dude.
That's all, both of them do.
I like them both, but that next one I fucking
You think
love,
that, dude? The first one is like one of my favorite personal drum performances of mine.
Yeah.
Not to say, you know.
Everybody's jacking off here.
We can all jack.
It was you two, Taylor,
Andrew Morrissey,
and Al?
Dude, Andrew Morrissey's a fucking real
Austin
one,
Crane.
dude.
Was
Yeah,
Austin
Crane.
Yeah, that's a sick ass band, dude.
Yeah,
You
it's
should play
incredible.
again.
We should play again.
Yeah, we'll play again for 3 people
3
watching.
people. We played what?
We'll play
three times?
the fucking sound guy again.
The third time we played,
Oh, no.
we're in C sharp. Andrew Morrissey was in C, and everybody's looking around like, "Who is it?" And Andrew's like,
It's like a hard thing to pick up on. It's like what?
Dude,
is happening?
"Something's wrong."
Yeah.
I know it's not me.
Remember when we opened the toy drive at like 9 a.m.? All that was missing was a fucking breakfast
Yeah,
buffet,
we
dude.
needed the continental breakfast.
Dude, straight up,
alongside.
dude.
We
That'll
would
get
have
them
had a
early.
couple more
Dude.
people.
Fest
Not a
need that.
United
soul.
Blood too. We opened United Blood too.
That was at least like palatable.
There were a couple
not
friends.
that any of them were bad.
No, no.
It's just fun. It's just funny to talk about, like, you know.
It wasn't like a real band. It existed
No.
we were just having a good time.
We've all
Island
opened
time.
things. We've all done that.
Oh yeah, it was 5 fans of gambling coming to pay tribute to the act of gambling.
We played House of Blues at Las Vegas once with At the Gates, and we had to start before doors.
Heard about this show.
Before doors.
Oh, this is the Disney, the Disney.
It was Las Vegas.
Oh, the Vegas one.
So it was literally like 5 till, okay, you're on, and then doors opened at 5. Or on the hour. And people are walking in with their hands up like,
Who
what is happening?
signed off on that?
Somebody.
Music sucks.
Scrap.
Holy shit! That's a live name. Fucking
House of Blues.
cocksuckers.
Where's your favorite place to gamble?
Aria, Las Vegas.
Aria?
Yeah?
Easy.
Very nice.
No question. Best food in Vegas is Park MGM, though. What's up?
You think so?
Agreed.
I was shooting craps in there with my shirt off. Taylor's wedding. Remember that?
Dude, Taylor's wedding. I think. Did you leave up from Taylor's wedding?
Huh?
Did you leave up or?
I
were
was
you-
ruined after that wedding.
I think I'm the only person who
Dude,
walked out of there feeling
I was eating baked beans for like a week and a half
good.
after that wedding.
I was driving home singing Josiah Daniels songs, feeling
Jesus,
good.
man.
I think the only time I've ever left Las Vegas up was the MGM. And even
Really?
then, it was just a couple $100. It wasn't all.
MGM.
MGM
People don't
properties.
really go there no more.
Oh, MGM proper?
Yeah,
with the
interesting.
big ass gold lime.
Yeah, we
Big,
don't need
I
all
love that
I
thing.
went there for Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury 2.
Oh, shit.
Coolest live thing I've ever seen in my entire life out of music, anything.
That's the one.
Unfucking real, dude.
Fury lost, right?
Fuck no.
No,
dude.
dude.
I thought they did 3.
Knocked him into the shadow realm.
Yeah,
Okay,
he hasn't
okay.
lost.
Yeah. The third one.
Wait, Deontay won the first one too?
No,
was a
so
draw, right?
It was
You just said
it was a draw.
Fury.
Deontay like
Oh.
flatlined Tyson Fury, and then he like just somehow
Got up.
revived
Yeah.
himself, and it was a draw. And then,
He pressed.
And
Fury,
then that was like
yeah,
it was like he figured Deontay out, and then
yeah, he beat his fucking ass the next 2 fights, but not without. I mean, he got dropped a few times, but he just dude's a gangster.
but you were at the first big, like, oh shit, he got him.
That was unreal, dude. Our very generous and amazing friend John
John
hooked
the
that
God.
up. Dude.
Hollier.
They carried out Tyson Fury on a throne while Patsy Cline Crazy was playing.
Fuck.
I mean, like, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life, dude.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about beating people up a little bit? You want to get into that?
I mean, I don't know.
It's part of your culture at this point. Do you have a favorite guy you ever beat up?
Oh my god, dude.
Jesus.
That's insane, dude. What an insane thing to say, dude.
Like your favorite guy, where you were
My
like,
favorite guy,
yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like a guy I liked that I had to fight.
Shout him out. Shout him out.
Dude, this sucks.
We don't have to talk about this.
I mean, I'm trying to think if there's even like a funny
Is there a guy
answer.
that you beat up where after you were like, he's a pretty cool guy, actually? I think we're cool.
Well, that's
now.
cool.
Yeah.
There was there's a funny. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll do funny
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
Yeah,
fun.
that's-
Yeah, we'll go to funny.
Yeah.
Remember outside of Luna Nueva?
Is that in
Mars
Atlanta?
White played.
Yeah, we played. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
On the back alley.
Check this
Yeah,
out.
We
This is
played
good.
a Mexican restaurant while families were eating as far
Dog.
away.
Love
as
that
and then a
place.
big fight broke
Love
out.
that place.
That was so
Huge
hardcore
fight
was
broke
then.
out.
Yeah, it
you
was
were
the
just
best.
playing places like that.
Yeah.
Dude, so we go out back, and this poor bastard, was not getting a fair fight.
Sure.
But he was standing over there, and I was young, man. So I was motivated.
This was a long time.
Yes, I was. Everything in my life was motivated by like looking crazy at that point, right? So I see him over there. I was like, dude, I'm gonna jumping Liu Kane this motherfucker in the face.
You were talking about doing that to someone for a while.
I was like, yo, I was talking.
That
Yeah,
was a lifelong
He was
dream.
talking about how he's wanted to do it for a while.
we would drive around and run things by each other. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like,
Hey, what if I just
Like the backup Y.
like
high
bicycle
kick.
kick or no?
jump,
Or it's
jump
like-
in the air, dude.
Yeah,
And I
Liu
see
Kang
this
kick.
motherfucker. I was like, this is it, man. Like, time for me to be on the front of Sports Illustrated.
Sure.
I run and jump. Completely miss him. He's wearing brass knuckles and just fucking smokes me, dude. I couldn't open my mouth for a week.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's not a
Yeah.
You talked about a loss, and that's big.
I'm humble like that,
You're
dog.
humble. One
I'm
of the
so humble,
bar
it's
none the
insane.
most
I mean,
humblest.
not for nothing. The entire common thread of this conversation so far has been you owning up to stuff and like reaching out. So yeah, I would say like,
I don't know,
dude,
dude. I don't know. It's
you
kind of
got
lame
anything
to be
else
like,
to like apologize for? Or?
not a damn thing. Man.
That's right.
it was us and Weekend Nachos at a fucking Mexican.
Yeah, that restaurant was awesome.
Yeah, I forgot y'all
Twitching
played
Tongues
that.
played there
Absolutely.
too.
That's
Was
right.
Did Twitching Tongues play that show?
I think it was shortly thereafter.
No,
or
it was
something.
it was that was with that we were there with Soul Search and Minus. I think was
Oh,
that
yeah. different show.
Didn't someone fall off the stage at that show?
The mic stand was a 2x4.
That's a given. Yes.
Remember that?
I do
Good
remember
stuff.
It
the
was
2x4
like it was
mic
some
Great
motherfuckers
era.
like nailed to some.
Now there's fucking we got 5 mic stands. Now people are crying when mic stands get broken.
That is true.
You
I've
ain't
heard
never
about
held
that.
a 2x4, getting splintered while singing these songs, getting shocked.
I
In
know.
fucking,
Oh, shocked in France.
you ever been shocked?
Fuck yeah,
Dude,
at
the
our
French-
Paris
Man,
show.
shit done changed.
the-
When
dude.
you're
I've
holding your
been
guitar and you
shocked.
put your lips against
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So who do you guys do when you're on stage as a guy?
Who do we
This is-
who do
this
we have
is-
sex
this
with?
is
a
What is this?
golden,
What is
This
golden
is the COA
question.
question. COA gave us
do?
this question to ask people.
Oh, like who do you?
Yeah, who do you do?
imitate?
Who you
He
doing?
said he did Choke and
Choke and Rollins.
Rollins. Those are who.
I mean,
I want to be Lemmy,
Yeah,
That's
hard to do.
That's
Obviously.
you need your mic.
but that bass and just like that, yeah,
Who doesn't want to be like
I know,
that? Yeah.
but
Absolutely.
nice.
Good answer. Good answer.
Anybody?
Good answer.
Anybody specifically who you try to do when you sing?
I mean, that I actively think about. Like,
No, it's not. It's
I mean, I guess the real question would be like, who did it? Like, what frontman did I think was
Yeah.
cool
Yeah,
when I was
pretty
a
much.
kid?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
because it becomes a subconscious thing.
And you
Just-
have
Yeah.
a voice too that isn't a scream. You know what I mean? Like you have a voice that I think is like unique.
I just wanted to sound like Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer.
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
You just happen to sound like Paul Bearer too.
Yeah.
So that's like that really worked out.
I wanted to sound like him, and that's what kind of came out naturally. That didn't like make me lose my
Lose your
shit
voice,
afterwards.
yeah.
I don't know. Frontman, I liked. Fuck, man. David Wood, honestly. Pretty
That's
sick.
a great
answer.
Timmy No Justice.
Oh, fuck yeah, dog. You
Talk
kidding
about
me?
great front man.
Unimitatable.
Yeah.
Literally.
Straight.
Tino Justice, Dave Bird. I'm probably fucking his name up from Striking Distance. Striking Distance was one of my favorite bands ever as a kid. So
That was a band that didn't quite make it to Chicago.
Are
Never
they one of those?
they made it to
didn't
Atlanta
just
once,
like catch on there really.
but I was 11. I didn't make it.
How old
Yeah, I
are,
feel like you were in the pit at 12, 13 though.
I didn't get in the pit until yes, actually, you're right. 12, 13.
how old are both of you?
I'm 32.
Run it back.
Nice. 32 squared.
Yeah, man.
Gorgeous. Best.
What about you?
Best
What about you
31. I'm going on 30.
Young gun,
35.
35.
I would never guessed it.
The
Dog.
median is with 33.
Yeah, yeah. We're right there.
good.
Same. This is one era.
Yeah, it
So-
really.
Yeah. That is the thing is it's like that tour that we where we met each other, the like that Foundation, Backtrack, Harm's Way, like that era of 2009, 2010 and beyond was like that is the
That's our golden era.
that's
Yeah.
well, I don't know
Oh,
about
absolutely,
that.
dude.
Think so?
Yeah.
Shit was fucking sick.
It was
then,
awesome.
It was very easy. Was
Flawless.
It's our
Yeah.
alpha.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you're just like, I mean, you remember that tour, man? We were just fucking like
Played wiffle ball.
ransacking outlets.
Yep.
We've talked about
We
that.
talked about that
many
with
times.
Celia. Yeah.
Yeah.
about the outlets.
I don't think Wildcat.
The outlets ain't forgot
I don't,
about
I don't
you,
think
brother.
Wildcat had stolen a piece of chewing gum until he moved to Atlanta.
And now look at him.
Well, now he doesn't do it either.
Who's to say?
Well, in Atlanta, dude, you weren't like, if you didn't steal, you were like a fucking loser, man. Like you had to do that to be cool.
If you didn't have a jacket, a Gore-Tex jacket that you stole,
Yeah.
That was the badge.
If
of
somebody
honor.
found out you
paid
paid,
for
if somebody
that?
found out you paid for that, you would be ran out of town, dude. Pitchforks.
Unless you bought it from us, though.
yeah.
And then there's,
$100 cash.
Whole
straight
different
up.
story.
You love to make a deal.
I'm a
You
dealer.
loved to come
a
over my
scammer.
apartment and make deals with me.
Oh yeah. There was I had a lot of great scams when I lived in LA.
You did good.
The Tinder.
Oh, my God.
dude! What are we waiting for?
This
Let's
is
go.
this is one of my favorite things anyone has ever done.
To this
the
day,
point,
I feel like there's gonna after this comes out.
yeah, it's gonna happen.
There's gonna be new laws made to stop this from happening. So before those laws come out, let's get into Josiah's famous Tinder scam.
What year was this when you were really hitting?
I mean, even that dates back. So when we started doing it originated from a fake Facebook we made to find some dude.
Yes. Should
Yeah.
you say their name?
What?
The name?
Erica Moore.
Erica? Yeah.
Erica Moore.
No, there was some.
Well, I don't know,
there was
say it
some
out loud.
guy.
Absolutely.
There was some guy that said some weird shit to my girlfriend at the time, and we used the fake girl to find him. But then, like through doing that, we realized, like, damn, dude,
This
this
works.
is powerful.
Guys are desperate.
Guys
Yeah.
will do anything. And so from then it was like, oh, let's make our friends say funny stuff. Then it's like, oh, let's make people go places and buy things. And then blah, blah, blah. And then I lived in Boston, and me and another person in my top 12, Brendan, we would just go sit in a restaurant and just watch like 80 dudes come in and like buy beers and sit around.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I lived in LA,
Which is great business. Like you're supporting small
oh,
businesses.
I am
with that,
starting
really.
a coffee shop one
Yeah.
day, and there's going to be a motherfucker on burner
Genius.
Tinders in the back
Genius.
all day long.
God.
But no, it was, dude, it went the hardest when fucking COVID hit.
That's okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, and so basically, I had the fake girl, and I would get 3 meals a day sent to my house by dudes. Yeah, a lot of sugarfish.
Oh, that's high. That's a high ticket.
I had to work on sugarfish.
Yeah.
I
My
had to
ex-
basically sext men.
Yeah, exactly.
my
sucking you
ex-girlfriend
off.
was like fascinated by this.
Dude, it's way easier than you think, man. Like if you just want something quick, like
Walk us through the process a little bit.
okay.
Do you pick
So-
just random hot chick
No.
So
pictures?
Erica
Oh,
Moore
hot chick.
swipes right on you, right?
Yes. Well, I
You
swipe
back?
on everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Of course.
You get that match, you're like, holy shit, this chick Erica just matched me. Look at her, bro.
Well, yeah.
She's so
every
sexy.
guy initiates every conversation.
That's
so-
that's how OnlyFans works too.
What do you mean?
Is if a girl has from what I've heard, if a girl has an OnlyFans account, they'll have a Tinder account and just swipe right.
yeah,
worldwide.
yeah, for sure.
that
No,
true?
Just
yes, I know a couple girls that do that.
That's like
That's a
how,
brilliant
Well,
racket.
yeah, think about it.
Yeah. No, so I actually, the pictures I use, I'm not going to out anybody. It was actually this girl that I've never met, that I'm friends with on Instagram, that saw my OG stuff. And she was like, yo, this shit's really funny. You can use all of my pictures.
Wow.
Amazing.
So you got the blessing.
What a
So
champ.
if she ever sees this, she'll know who she is.
Yeah,
Like,
champion.
I technically owe you like $30,000 in food. I'm not kidding, dude. That's like about how much money.
Send her a 1099.
Yeah. So, what was we saying? Oh yeah. So how does it go? So they match. I usually just be like, they'll be like, you know, what's up? Say some fucking stupid pickup line, etc. I'll be like, oh, I'm good. I'm a little sick. They're like, oh yeah, we should meet up. Yeah, I would, but I'm sick. And then like, oh well, they try to. I'm trying to remember it all. Now I'm on the spot.
Like
But
Kenny.
I would always say like I can't. First of all, I can't go out. And coincidentally, somebody hacked my debit card last night, and I can't access it for like 2 days, and I'm fucking starving. So I can't leave my house. I'm so hungry, and I'm just this sexy ass woman.
And
Yeah.
immediately
The big
it's,
three.
What can I do?
The big three,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And so in comes Superman, you know?
Yeah. Mhm.
And what I would do is I would just give my apartment address and not my apartment number.
Right.
So I'd wait for the food to get there. I'd go meet the DoorDasher, Postmates, you name it.
Yeah.
Get the food and then just block them on everything before they can report my account.
Ah.
And it worked for like 3 years.
This is getting
Yeah, yeah.
There's a Google Voice involved now.
Dude, yo, man, it was COVID in LA, dog. Nobody was doing anything.
No,
You can't do anything.
I was
And
descending into madness.
and
in
it's
that.
got to
Yeah.
be like fun, like like
It's incredible.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
of course.
It is the most fun thing. You're a puppeteer.
Dude,
straight
the
up.
waters are going to be rough after this.
This has to be. There's going to be new laws. So, but
Yeah.
there's no laws yet. We're good.
My favorite thing about it was like you didn't post like here's what I did. You would post like a snippet of a conversation and then like
And
you
then
with the food,
meal.
and it was just like I like pieced it together. I was like, oh my god.
To this day, my favorite one. Well, there's two favorite ones. The one where the guy got me 4 slices from House of Pies. And I go, I could really use some pie. And he goes, only if I can eat your pie. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then the other one where the guy sends the pizza, and then a minute later you just see the message where he goes, so some dude got the pizza.
Yeah. So, and what did you say? Like, oh, that must have been my brother.
That was my roommate. Yeah.
What was the DoorDash picture like? You just like
Dude,
picking it up, the order delivered. Yeah.
that was a good time.
One of my. I can't believe we didn't even think about that until he brought it up.
There's a lot of layers to this guy. There's a lot that we're gonna miss today, and we're gonna be like, I can't believe.
I mean, that's only one. Dude, back in the day, me and him were fucking. We were the gruesome twosome with shit like that, dude.
There's one funny moment that I have that I picture of you all the time, just drying your shirts in my dryer for some reason. I know that's you're real big into that. Did that start early for him?
Absolutely.
Just throwing his shirts in a dryer and getting
all
the
the
wrinkles
shirts,
out?
all the shirts being laid out and spread out. Yeah, totally.
I do not fuck
You
with
hate
wrinkles,
wrinkles.
dog.
No. Fuck wrinkles.
You
I
hated
used,
necks for a while too.
I cut out most of the necks in my shirts for a minute there.
I'm shocked about that.
I was on a sick one.
He's a sick bastard.
Yeah, fucking
he
sleep.
loves the LA apparel thick ass.
Why don't you wear
neck.
pro clubs, dude?
I will.
That's like the tightest neck that's
I
ever
love it.
existed.
Those what is it? Apparel.
LA apparel?
LA apparel. Those necks.
It's a priest
Just a
collar.
little guy
like 'em?
fucking from behind getting.
So you know how when the Popeyes like chicken sandwiches came out and dudes were like buying them to like resell them and they like flop. Do you have any stories like that? Any schemes that just
Brother, this
that
is
just
popped. Dog,
really didn't work?
This is another 3 hours in this motherfucker, dude.
Well,
Like what comes to mind of like, oh man, we got it, and then
what bricks you get?
I mean, the one.
wait, what bricks? What do you mean? What are you talking about with
Bricking the term being like, oh, those are bricks. They're not selling for shit. You know.
that?
Oh, like a dud.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
sad.
It would
dud.
always. I mean, as soon as like one started going down, there would be another one. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
There'd be
true.
another one on the way
Scam.
up.
but was there anything that
Remember
was
when I
like
was trying to hawk that Zune I stole from some party?
Yeah, that was beat. No one wanted.
Dude, I had this fucking Zune.
Yeah, it was a brown Zune.
yeah,
Oh,
of course.
man.
No one wanted it.
The classic.
I had a fucking
Strike
shit brown
through.
Zune.
Probably go for
And I remember
thousands now.
I stole some fucking like big copier from somewhere, and I was like, "Dude, this is a cash cow, dude. We're gonna get remember
Like
the
an
copier,
industrial office
dude, it was
copier?
huge-
I think it just sat on the floor at Whiteford.
Dude, it was in
or
the
something.
trunk of my car. We went
Yeah.
to American Value pawn shop. I was like, "This is it, man. Like, we're in the money." They're like, "Dude, we don't even want this thing."
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Me and some people when I was maybe couldn't even drive yet, stole a bunch of like microphones and audio equipment from a venue, and we were too afraid to go to a pawn shop
What?
because they have
That's
to
number
take your
one.
They have to take your ID.
They don't care.
They don't give a rat's
Yeah.
I'm
ass,
15.
dude.
I have no idea.
You could trade it for
That's true.
something.
no idea, or that would have been the way to do
Yeah,
it for sure.
Honestly, one of the best jugs I was a part of growing up when I first moved into Whiteford.
I know what you're gonna
We
get
used
into.
to. You guys might even bought one from us. An iPod Classic. You ever buy one from anyone?
Did you ever buy
in
an
Atlanta?
iPad or an iPod from Whiteford?
I've
Thank
bought
God I
a few, but
didn't.
not from
Yeah.
no.
No,
So-
the iPads and iPods were real.
Oh, iPads and iPods were legit, you know? This is how I got my start straight up, like on my own, how I made money to pay for rent at Whiteford. We would go to Walmart, we'd buy a couple iPod Classics, go home, take everything out of the box, fill them with whatever we had in the junk drawer, the
Yeah.
catch-all drawer. We all got one of those.
Match the weight.
A
course.
deck of cards. We got crazy with it.
Remember we put dinosaur eggs oatmeal?
Dinosaur eggs, oatmeal. So I think
Did you reseal it?
Yeah, bitch.
someone put a snack pack in one time. I swear to God.
pudding.
Pudding. And there's a story where that one ended up. But yeah. So we actually had a shrink wrap machine.
Wow.
So Ryan Wood's sister used to work at a video store, so we got a little shrink wrap machine hookup, and I would shrink wrap them. I practiced a lot
Yeah,
for this.
sure.
I got really good at it. Shrink wrap them back up with whatever's in there, return them, sell, repeat. But to the point where I would go to Walmart.
Is
and look,
that even illegal? You know.
That's what I would say. I couldn't even like figure out if it was even that bad.
No.
I was going to return stuff. I didn't feel that bad about
You're,
it.
if
Well, fuck
anything,
Walmart.
you're Robin
Exactly.
Hood, brother.
Exactly. That's how I felt about it.
You're a hero.
I was selling iPods for like half off to kids at shows. It's music.
Yeah, that's
You're
huge. man.
literally Robin Hood.
Dude, remember when I drove you to the one when you tried to return 3 at once?
And
They opened.
they busted it open.
No.
I really had to turn it on. That's the best acting I ever done. I went home alone. I went.
You just came.
Full Kevin?
Dog.
Fooled him.
He came out to the van like maraschino red, dude. I was
Yes.
just like,
Oh man, what do you remember? What was in them?
Oh,
Pogs.
dude, some crap.
Yo, I think I was getting loose with it at this point. I believe there was loose change in it. I think they even turned it and they're like, they're here change in there.
Oh.
It was
Like
So
a
that was
fucking
it.
maraca, dude. Dude, it got so bad. So like somebody would go return them, and then somebody like I would often be the buyer. You'd have to go in and you'd have to buy another iPod, but it got so bad that like you'd have to look because I could tell which ones were ours that we returned because the corners were frayed.
It'd be a little yellow.
So they'd be like going to reach for it. I was like, not that one. Let's get this one down there.
God.
But fast forward towards the end of the scheme.
Yeah.
Our homie Neil Patel, which you guys know. Of
course.
Christmas morning.
No.
Gets a new iPod.
No.
Amazing, right? Busted open,
Of course it's Neil Patel.
snack pack.
Dude.
And his mom looks at him. He said his mom looks at the iPad, looks at him. She says, "You did this. You and your friends did this."
No
way.
Yes.
She's a genius.
And she makes him go up there and explain to them, like, there's no iPod in this, like, you know, and like,
Because how do you believe that?
exactly.
Like they're gonna
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
no.
they're not buying
Yeah.
that. They're like, no, what is this?
Really, there was a crossword in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
oh
Wow.
my
Dude.
God.
But I made a living off that for quite some
That
time.
was your job?
Yeah,
There was,
between 17 and 19.
There was a point right around the same age. There was a point in time where around Christmas, Walmart's return policy is very lax, especially back in the day.
Yeah.
Where I would be waiting in the return line and I'd grab a book and just add another $30 on my return. They don't-
Oh, dude, that's
no
a great
receipt
one.
because everyone's got gifts or whatever.
Yeah.
So I got it for Christmas. I'm not going to read about George Washington or,
He
Simpler times.
He didn't
It's a
give up
great
on
one.
the Revolutionary War, George Washington.
No, he didn't.
Well, we're winding down a little bit here. Is CI? It's nice to see after years. You know, you put out another 7-inch and another LP. Send Zone 6 Music.
Yeah.
You're
man.
back. You've got your lineup now. It's kind of a rotating list of guys who can play what, and it works. It's always you three and Skull and Gian most of the time.
Skull is normally a lock. It's fucking 6 of us, right? 6.
Yeah.
And the 6th guy is the one that plugs in as needed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, for example, Taylor didn't need
Taylor.
to. fly
Taylor
out
keeps
here.
the band rolling.
Yo.
He really keeps
Taylor
it
Young
rolling
is
right
fucking goated, man. No disrespect.
really
sorry.
No, it's fine.
But,
I
like,
get
dude,
it.
for example, like, dude, that tour we did, that Eyes at Lord tour.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Oh,
dude.
we should talk about
How
that
did
a
we
little
get to the end of that? Taylor Young, dude.
Bloodbath.
He made that.
It was a
happen.
bloodbath.
That
It was a bloodbath.
What happened?
We were touring in an Escalade.
that was the most comfy tour. Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. I'm glad you guys had fun.
Just a rough tour.
No. It was great. The shows were great, but
Yeah.
like somebody had to pay every day for some reason. It had nothing to do with me. I don't know.
Somebody had to pay the troll
You
toll.
can ask, the troll
Gotcha.
toll to get in some boy's hole was
Either
paid
fiscally or
exactly one way or
Dude.
another. It was paid.
Fiscally?
No, and I don't know if any show went straight till the end.
Fuck no, dude.
They all ended early.
And the first one of them all was the one that we didn't need to play because that was a show for China cymbal moshers only.
Oh, yeah.
So we get up there playing like fast shit that nobody wants to hear, and then the show gets shut down. I was like, well, why couldn't this have happened like fucking 20 minutes ago? We didn't have to waste our time.
yeah, we just had to play
There's people that did not want to hear this music
Sure.
at all. It was our boys, but like, you know, a lot of my boys don't actually like CI, you know.
They like what you're saying, you know.
I guess
and I
so,
think,
yeah.
and that's the piece by piece element where it's like, damn, this, you know, maybe musically this isn't.
But you know what?
speaking to
You
my
know what that
spin
fucking
kicking-
tour was, man? That was some 2009 shit, dude.
It really was
Unsustainable tour model.
unsustainable. That could have never gone a full month.
Fuck no,
Absolutely
dude.
How
not.
long was it supposed to be? Or how long was it?
What was it? 4 days?
It
5
barely
days?
lasted. No, 3. It
3
felt like
days?
Yeah.
It was
That
a
was
round of
weeks.
fest. It ended at back to
It did back to school jam in the
and
middle.
Then there was,
Back to school jam was in the
It
middle.
was Connecticut, fucking school jam, Richmond.
That's right. Do we have a day off on that tour? I like to measure it.
I think we did.
We were on. That's when we started Island Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been on Island Time for
CI's been on
Ever
Island
since?
Time for ever since that tour. We've been on Island
Ever
Time.
since I rejoined, we've been on Island Time.
Yeah, dude, we're just
Josiah
a-
had to talk with me about Island Time.
We're just a good. It's
You're feeling good all the time?
Yeah.
It's just we show up. Maybe it's a good set. Maybe it's not. But
Who cares?
we're just chilling, man. You
Who
know.
cares? I've
That's part of the fun.
I've given up on if the set will be good or not.
But yeah,
you know?
that tour was fucking hilarious.
It was what is it? What's that scary place from the Bible? The scary one?
Hell?
Hell. It was hell for some people, heaven for many.
Dude,
I had a great time on it. Didn't sell a single shirt. But,
dog.
you know.
It was a money pit.
Yeah, it was
That show
It
was
was all in the red on
that
that one.
show was that tour was a money pit,
I don't know
dude.
if King 9 made merch.
I don't know if we did.
I don't remember having merch.
We didn't have merch.
I'll tell you, we did.
We steady don't show up with merch though. We didn't have merch at the toy drive. Well, we did. We had merch in Taylor's car, but we didn't feel like bringing it inside to the after show. Which that after show was a fucking
you set
joke.
that weekend off by asking Taylor one of the most insane things I've maybe ever seen.
What was that?
Do you rent cars?
I needed a car, man.
And he was like, "What?" And you're like, "Come on, never mind."
He's like, I'm not responding to this.
I needed a car, dude. I had places to go.
Do you
man.
rent car? You can do that at the airport. You don't have to.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You wanted the Challenger. Yeah.
Taylor does seem like he would know. Like,
Well, I
get it
figured I was just
figured
going to be
out.
ripping around in the fucking Twitch and Tongues van or something. You know?
People do that.
$50 a day.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was prepared to
That's
offer
our
that.
day rate,
Why don't you
yeah.
break down what I was actually asking? It's not the craziest question I've ever
Well, I don't think you needed the van. I think you wanted the Challenger, or the Jeep.
asked. Or the Jeep, yeah. I mean, I'll take whatever he wasn't using,
Yeah,
dude.
do you rent cars?
I just had some shit to do.
Is
man.
a wonderful way to phrase that. What's the future for CI look like? You writing stuff?
Nah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Passively.
I don't know.
We'll probably do another band one day, but like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of is what it is.
It is
man.
See
what
what
it
happens.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No
don't.
big plans, but
But that also means like no big pressure. You can
yeah,
just
straight
kinda-
up. It could come up. It could the idea could come up, and we just.
Yeah, man. Like, Terrible Things was sick. I like that record a lot, but like, I don't want to just like go out like bands that we all know that just fucking.
Got nothing left to say.
Oh, there's another insert this
Yeah.
band here LP that
Right.
no one on earth gives a shit about. You know what I mean? And like, yeah. So,
Even the best bands ever, they've got their tracks, and they put out a record to just kind of keep the touring sustainable, but then they're still just playing
exactly.
the tracks.
I mean, the only thing that CI I feel like needs to do at some point. We've never played outside of America except for Mexico.
Really?
We played Tijuana, and then we tried at Canada.
Can you?
I can now.
Okay.
I can now, but he couldn't for a hot minute.
You're the secret sick
My
fuck.
10 years is up. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Congrats, man.
Mazel tov.
Mine too. My shit got expunged
I had
too.
theft, and I had. It doesn't matter, but.
Where are you going? Where
Where
do
we
you want
going
to go?
first?
Yeah.
We haven't figured
I
it out
don't know.
yet.
Fucking. Well, we can't log into our email.
We actually can't announce it yet.
There might be offer. There might. For all we
We
know,
can't discuss what
That's
we're
right.
playing.
For all we know, there's offers in the CI email that we can't log
South
into.
America,
Or the
Central
Instagram.
America.
We all, dude,
Oh, okay.
the Instagram we can't
I
get
got
into.
locked out of it. It's just
It's
sitting
just
there.
it's out.
You'll see the last post was from like 2013 or 14.
For like a show, yeah.
Oh, shit.
We
It's
haven't been
such
able to
a
get in there.
deaded looking Instagram. I think there's like filters on the photos. Like straight up. Like
keep-
Kelvin.
you
like-
keeping Kelvin
No,
alive.
it's Lord Kelvin.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's a time capsule.
Dude, we can't get in that motherfucker. We've tried everything to
You've
just
asked
even.
me through like multiple even like we weren't like talking, you were just like, what's the password for the Instagram? And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. And
I'm
you're
like,
like,
can we delete this fucking Instagram
and like I
finally?
have
Probably
every reason.
could.
It's so funny because it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably didn't believe me at the time. You're like, this fucker.
Yeah, you're trying to sabotage
Yeah.
me, dude.
Let's
Sandbagging me.
let's end this show on our favorite thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk food,
Let's get it.
because I know you've got a champagne diet, formerly on a beer budget, but now you've got a champagne diet, and Joby's eating good. Joby's eating whatever he wants.
I be eating.
You, when you were around, the conversation would be like, "You guys want like In-N-Out or something? You guys want to go to fucking Wingstop?" And you'd be like, "How about Fogo de Chao?" You know,
Yeah.
you love Fogo de Chao.
I love Fogo de Chao.
When I was making, well, I still technically work in LA. LA is when I started like making good money. Like before, I was like a junior copywriter and
Sure.
everything, but then I moved out to LA and was like on a proper salary.
But
so.
you had your fun money, you know.
Well, your
gambling budget.
The middle of the month check was the funny money
Yeah,
check.
yeah. Mhm.
End of the month
That ain't
check.
real. Yeah.
That check is fucking fairy dust. End of the month check. That's that's the boring one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the fucking lame
You
one.
might as well have not been paid.
But yeah. So what about food though?
So if you guys are driving, we call it the golden question. And there's a sign, the biggest sign you've ever seen, that has any chain, regional, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you are. It can be any place. You got time. You're on island time.
Always.
Naturally.
You can pull over. What's the one that you're gonna go? Oh shit, they got that. We're going.
Pull off. We're
It's funny
going.
because that's happened before.
Yeah.
Dude, are you talking about the Guy Fieri sign?
Yes, I'm thinking the same thing.
Dude, Well, this doesn't answer your question, but it's another funny story.
No,
It
this
was,
is good.
it was like describes the story perfect.
So we were driving back from a certain state after doing something really bad.
Okay.
And so we were like bummed out. Man, I can't believe we did this bad
Morale was
thing.
low.
Morale was dog shit. We're like, man, we fucked up. So we're driving and we see this billboard that just says like Guy Fieri cheeseburgers, like exit here. We haven't spoken for 2 hours. Rat just looks at me, just turns off the exit. We get off the exit and eat these burgers that were like meatball. They were dog shit. It was a terrible burger.
Yeah.
No way.
He puts his name behind it, but it's like he ain't there making them.
Yeah,
you
right.
can't.
Yeah.
Hell of a guy.
Yeah, one of the greats.
But that cosign went a long way for both of us. I knew that he'd be down with that cosign.
It was a dark
right.
day. But then so we got home from that, and then that next one was the Power Trip show where all the other shit happened.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You want
but-
to get into that, or
I mean, there's not enough time. Let's get back to food.
let's get back to food?
Yeah.
What's the spot where you're like, this is it, guys? We got to eat, and thank God this is
Like
here.
if there's one there.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It doesn't matter where you are.
Popeyes, right?
No, it doesn't matter where you are.
Popeyes, right? Are you talking fast food?
Yeah,
Or
mostly.
accelerated cuisine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like a Shake Shack or something.
Did you say Popeyes?
Popeyes is up there for us.
Love
That's
that
a
chicken
great-
from Popeyes. I'll
great
tell you
That's
what.
probably what we
Popeyes.
go for in
Great
that realm.
answer.
You know?
I think that's a good.
You're
well,
the
it's the
first. You're the first
yeah,
Popeyes.
it's the first Popeyes.
And
for
I
sure.
feel that way.
Yo, you know what I
honestly.
fucked with heavy in LA that everybody else hates is Tommy Burger.
That's a middle school classic.
I've
for
never
me.
heard of
Dude,
that.
it's a cheeseburger just swimming in chili.
The most chili you've ever seen.
That
It's
is
fucking
obnoxious.
it is-
Fresh out the M
Dude,
wave.
it's
brother.
fucking ignorant.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's an ignorant meal.
You ever put ketchup in the chili there?
I don't like ketchup.
You gotta put ketchup in this
I
chili.
put a shit ton of
Yo,
mustard
ketchup
on
and
it, though.
chili. I'm telling you, I'm gonna start.
There's
a
already
revolution with
ketchup
this.
in chili.
Well, I put a little more.
Yeah.
And it's very good.
I'll say this though, I did listen to the damn one, and I disagreed that with anybody that says In-N-Out isn't that great.
Thank
but
you.
I don't fuck with the fries either, man. I'm sorry.
You're
I think
not.
it's
You're not
delicious.
Irish. You know.
Huh?
You're not Irish. He's Irish.
I'm strictly Eastern Bloc.
That's what I'm saying.
Eastern Bloc.
I'm
We were just talking about.
I'm
it.
just talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm Eastern Bloc Euro.
What do you think about In-N-Out?
I love it.
There we
I
go.
think it's delicious. I hate when people hate on it.
It's crazy.
It's stupid to hate on.
Dude, people
It
hate
is like arguably just uneducated to
Yeah,
hate.
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
just hating on it because you know how loved it is.
You are
That's all
you are
it
a
is.
straight up scallywag
kind
if you're hating on
Well
fucking
said.
In-N-Out, dude. Like,
Well said.
cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
this is the most interesting thing about you.
Yeah.
That you don't
Yeah.
like an unequivocally good cheeseburger.
Exactly.
arguably
Sick.
Objectively.
You must be a blast to hang out
and
with.
one that costs $5.95.
$5.
Come on.
fresh.
Come on. It's
Fries.
so
Is
fresh.
Is that your
Delicious.
favorite kind of burger? Like that kind of burger?
Yeah, I like a smashed burger kind
Colin?
of thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah,
It's thin, so it's,
it's
but it's
thin,
not.
But I like that crispy smash.
Yeah, I don't like those.
You know?
the
I
big
don't like
ones.
a pub burger.
No.
It depends.
I-
I gotta be in the right mood.
Oh yeah, that's stupid, dude.
Can't even get-
when
what
you
is
gotta
this
give it the, when
functionally
you gotta give it the
useless?
Guy Fieri bite.
You do.
Is it the quarter?
Which-
Like you cut it?
The gangster bite where
Yeah.
you stop and go.
I do fuck with 5 dudes though.
You do?
Do you?
I fuck
Good.
with 5 dudes heavy.
He
you can
loves the
afford it.
fries.
You know?
I don't love the fries, dude.
Just kidding.
I don't
He
like.
just said the other day how much he hates the fries.
Yeah, I don't like a real fry, man.
What do you like?
I want like a lab grown, like a McDonald's
A
fry.
McDonald's
A
fry is
McDonald's
the
Okay,
best
but how about
food.
this? Number one fry in the game.
You're gonna say Burger King?
I'm an asshole.
It's a great fry.
Burger King.
No,
know what
I'm
you're
with
gonna
you.
say.
They had to clean up their act to make them edible
You know why?
because they sucked before and they suck now.
That's it. You know what promotional tie-in was the reason that they created the new
Wild
fry?
Wild West?
Toy Story 2.
Good movie.
The brand new Mr. Potato Head fries. That's the modern Burger
Well,
King fry.
I love Wild Wild West.
Number
So
one
you-
fry is Checkers Rallies.
Stop. You're getting
Like the
into that?
thin
You're
ones?
gonna say that?
The really
The
thin
battered ones with
You
that good
agree?
batter.
They're delicious.
Number one.
Interesting.
It's not
Dog.
McDonald's is number one fry.
McDonald's is number one.
Yeah.
fry.
McDonald's is up there, but I would put
Checkers fries are
The
delicious.
McDonald's fry is the best food.
Checkers
Like, not even
Rallies fries are undefeated.
I'm a big-
Dude, I used to go
There's
to the
nothing
rallies
else in-
over there in
in
Inglewood.
Glendale.
No, in
Oh,
Inglewood.
okay.
Because that Hollywood Park card room is over there. I would be like leaving there at 4 a.m. and get some fucking Rallies fries for the Trail of Tears home.
I'm a big crinkle cut guy.
Do you love the Shake Shack
Portillo's
one?
has crinkle
Okay.
cut, and yeah, and Shake Shack too.
Oreida.
Big.
Or yeah, exactly. For that beautiful red bag, baby. Fucking microwave softened to perfection
Oh
every
man,
time.
oh, love those. I grew up on those for sure. Man,
Crinkle
little-
cut reminds me of grade school, though.
Yeah, it's
I was
not
miserable in
miserable.
high school.
I loved them.
You're back in Atlanta now. How's that? How's that been treating
Oh,
you?
did you move back?
Shit, I ain't in Atlanta, man. I can't claim it no more.
Oh, wow.
Lounge Rat's the only. Caleb's the only one holding down Atlanta, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
He's the
man.
only one, dude. I'm in North Georgia.
North Georgia.
Yeah, I'm like
Oh yeah, there it is.
I'm at my town is basically if you're playing Florida and you have a drive to Tennessee after, like you might stop in my town to get gas.
That's where
Is
you want to be.
Is that a fair
right?
assessment?
Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
You want to be out there, though, right?
At this point, I will live in 2 major cities, Los Angeles or Boston.
Agreed.
If it ain't one of them, like I'm gone.
The greats.
Yeah,
Just
those are my
inarguable.
2 cities. It's not that I don't fuck with Atlanta. It's just that, like, you know, in terms of a city, those are my cities now. I still love Atlanta. I go there to hang with him and people all the time. But yeah, I'm back in Georgia. I can't claim
Is
Atlanta.
Yoon in Atlanta proper?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
he has a retail business.
He sure does. He's
inside
holding
of
it
Atlanta.
down. Dude.
Caleb's the most Atlanta person in Atlanta. Like, he was living like way down Moreland, like way before anybody was.
It's true.
Anybody.
You're
like,
the OG, literal
like,
OG.
no shade, but like Champ and everybody else from Foundation, like they're all from fucking Gwinnett, Lawrenceville. I was living in North Georgia too as a kid. Like, he's probably the only person that like consistently lived in Atlanta the absolute most out of literally anybody. Ryan Wood is up there too.
Yeah, he's full Florida
He's a legend.
transplant.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's a legend. He's a
the
lifer.
man. He put me on. He helped me out. Dude, growing up, he's helped me. Yeah.
Anytime I'm in a group chat with you, oof, we're getting there, huh? I'm just going to say it. There's 2 guys you love adding to group chats.
Oh yeah.
And at this point, they don't even leave.
No, dude, they gave up, man.
Rick to life.
and Chubby Fresh. Dude, I used to
listener of the show, Chubby Fresh. So
Hey,
now is your chance to.
Well, you remember I used to add him to the chat and be like, "Hey, Chubby, this is Colin Young. I sing in Twitching Tongues." I was like, "Do this whole thing."
Or,
Damn, that's actually. Does he actually watch? That's hilarious.
Yeah, he
He's putting a
watches the
face to the guy.
This is it.
I used to just text people individually too, but I'd text them with me, Rick to Life, and Chubby Fresh. Like, yo, what's up today? And they just get a text from like 3 guys.
We would be scheduling Midnight Suns practice, and it would be like Taylor being like 8:30 work for everybody, and it would be like Josiah Hoeflinger added, and he'd be like, sounds good.
Just compulsively adding them.
Yeah.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
he was calling me for a while too.
Telling you to stop.
Yeah, way back. I never fucking answered, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah,
Well, Chubby, this is the guy.
yeah.
This is the guy who's been doing it.
I said I was you though.
Yeah, I know.
For most
Maybe
of them.
that's why he listened.
Oh.
He's like, oh, that's that guy that's been texting
He's
me.
putting
This is
on
awesome.
lipstick like Steve Buscemi right now. Throwing darts at a fucking picture.
Throwing darts
dude.
at me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, good shit, man. We got to do this again someday.
I know.
We're just starting to crack the nut
I feel like we're
here.
just scratching the surface.
We
That's
literally
what
did it.
happens.
It's an hour and a half.
That was an
you know?
hour and a half.
Can you believe
Damn,
that?
dude. Yeah.
Flew
Time
right
flies,
by.
dude.
Question. You guys ever been to this For You Fest down here?
Yeah. Yeah, I played.
Harm's Way used to play.
That's what I thought.
Harm's Way.
I saw Harm's Way at this For You
You know
Fest.
the pic of James, like pre-tattoo,
The
mask on.
I was at
yeah.
that. I saw
so
that set.
that was the only time we ever played. But that was our.
Okay, I was
the
wondering
one
if you
time.
played that show.
Yeah, we opened with Punishment.
How did it sound?
Terrible.
Speaking of Rick to Life, one time I saw 25 to Life open with Punishment. Couldn't tell it was Punishment until halfway through. It was like dun 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 dun. dun.
Funny story. Holy Crows played with 25 to Life.
No, when I was
It's a
when I
right.
was-
You have to play with.
when I was
25 to Life.
14.
I didn't even make it to the show. Actually, I couldn't find a ride to the show. And like, they're like, "Yo, actually, just don't come.
Don't bother, man.
Don't come. It's fine."
Oh wow.
Yeah, the set. He was trying to say the set was like for a McDonald's foundation, but he kept just saying this set goes out to McDonald's.
Yeah, shout out McDonald's.
Just for the kids. This set's for the kids. You know, McDonald's. Shout out McDonald's.
That
Like
would get me going off. Is it? No. Yeah.
Well, here I go.
Oh
shit.
man.
Well, this was a lovely chat, guys.
Fuck
Thanks
yeah,
for
dude.
being in the movie. You know,
I know.
we'll have you back.
Of course.
We'll keep scratching the surface. We'll talk about some more
Damn
naughty
shame
stuff.
Gian couldn't make a
I
cameo.
know.
I know.
Thanks, guys, for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, anytime. Check out Criminal Instinct. Thank you so much for watching. This has been HardLore Live at FYA Fest. See you soon. Bye.